It's paint and players. It's colorful and in your face. Paintballs, paintball players, the best gathered in Orlando for the World Paintball Championships, and we're set for the start of game number 2. Let's go to Fred Schultz with the teams.
I'm here right now with a team from Texas called Houston Heat, one of the fairest and fastest playing teams that are out there today. Maybe you can, being the captain, give me a little insight of what your game plan is as you're going to go out against these guys right now.
We're just going to try to take as much ground as we can, hit them hard and hit them fast and get the game over quickly.
Is there one specific area of the field that you're going to really concentrate on?
We're going to work on the left side and the right side. The middle we're not too concerned about right now.
Right, so you're going to really try to work the angles,
yeah.
Huh? Okay,
you got to work the angles. If you don't, you're done.
Without a doubt in this course.
Yeah.
You guys got a cheer?
Yeah, we do.
Can you put it together and let's hear
this one, by the way, is for Michael Daniel, who just passed away this weekend.
Yeah, I want to get to that just real quick here. Michael, he's been a friend of mine for quite a while. Matter of fact, he played with me a couple years ago.
Last year, the World Cup.
Exactly, yeah. And maybe you can tell people real quick what happened. That is why they have the black band on.
He just passed away this weekend of cancer, and we're going to dedicate this win and this whole tournament to him.
All right, I'm here right now with the opposing team, Phantom Force from Oregon. How you guys doing, man?
Great! Yeah!
Great. Do it. You sound a little pumped to do this. All right.
Wow.
Maybe you can give us a little bit of your strategy. How are you going to go about this game right now?
Well, considering the last game we changed a few things, we're going to try to have a few more people up and back so they can see the field. Throw a little more paint and try to get some angles.
So basically you change your game plan just from watching the other game.
Yeah, because you can't get up and get side shots the way the bunkers are set. So we're going to slide some people in front positions. They're going to have to shoot, and it's going to be one of them's going to get taken out, either them or us.
There's your start. Phantom Force in red and white on the right. In the blue and white, the Houston Heat on the left. Sprinting for position.
Both teams took a lot of territory. This game's going to be in-your-face paintball.
And immediately a member of the Phantom Force, that's number 15, Joey Mendoza, is out. Behind the double bunker, G.A. Morris and James Warren for the Heat. Settling in. And here's a check. 11 officials on the field. If anybody is hit, you'll know it almost immediately. Here's how it works. You get 4 points for each opponent you eliminate. 10 points for pulling the opponent's flag first. 50 more for hanging that flag at your flag station. And for each minute under 20 you get that done, an additional 10 bonus points up to 100. So you can score as much as 200 if you can get your opponent's flag and hang it quickly. Hunkered down behind the bunker, it's Eric Ward, number 10 for the Houston Heat. Getting peppered there, Jerry Braun.
He is far out. He's going to have to get some help from his Houston Heat teammates, or he's going to be history.
There's that double bunker situation. Apparently, G.A. Morris is having trouble with his marker. Appears to be cleaning it out while James Warren covers both sides there. This could be difficult for the Heat if they have a marker that's not working. Let's take a look at the positioning now, Jerry, as the Heat up by one man, a 4-0 score over the Phantom Force.
The Heat have a good defensive position, but they have one man way up close to the middle. And he's out.
There's Eric Ward out of there. He didn't get close and safe, apparently, so that ties the score at 4-4. The field is 500 feet long, 200 feet wide, and divided into quarters. Justin Hansen moving up for the Phantom Force. That's Dan Bonebrake shouting instructions to his teammates. Communication is very important, Jerry.
And these teams are both movers. They're not going to sit there. They're going to try and make it happen. And under those circumstances, communication is crucial, John.
Let's go to the sidelines with Fred Schultz.
What happened out there, man?
Well, I overcommitted to bunker. The next bunker out, that was my secondary move. I went off the bat because I saw I could take the ground. When I got in, I got it heavy from their left, our left, their right.
I see you're eliminated in the shoulder. Did you get it going into the bunker or after you?
No, I was in there for a good 2 or 3 minutes.
You already sat.
Yeah, I was loading a pod, came around, tried to come around the left side.
Heat captain Steve Rabackoff barking instructions.
Careful!
You see an official moving behind Steve. Here is another giving a paint check to Hunter Lewis of the Heat. He checks out clean. Sometimes it's dangerous for the officials. Ultimate judge Bobby Rose taking a hit right there and then doing some housework. There's David Mitch of the Phantom Force. Taking a good look. It's 4-4 early between the second-seeded Heat and the 11th-seeded Phantom Force. The 1996 World Paintball Championships are brought to you by Paintball Sports Magazine. From pickup games to tournaments, novice players and champions alike read Paintball Sports Magazine. Here at the World Paintball Championships in Orlando, strategies developing in Game 2 of the first round. Hello, everybody. I'm John Nicholson, along with Jerry Braun, managing editor of Paintball Sports Magazine. The Phantom Force out of Oregon, Jerry, seeded number 11 against the Houston Heat at number 2.
And you've got two teams that are young, new to the circuit, but have made their mark. This is an exciting game, and it's going to boil down to which team makes the mistakes and which team capitalizes on them.
A couple of very good teams here, Jerry. I imagine there's a lot of money involved in them playing. What about that? And what about anybody playing paintball? What's it cost?
Well, there is a difference. The teams that come out here have equipment that's worth several $1,000s. Add on top of that the travel expenses. You've got yourself a rather expensive activity. But you and I can go down to our local paintball field and for $50 or less have a wonderful time for a whole day.
And it's easy enough to get caught up in it. Okay, Jerry, now let's get back to the action. Number 11, Phantom Force. Number 2, Houston Heat, going at it on the field. And Heat captain Steve Rabackoff is out of there, putting the Force in the lead by a score of 8-4. They've eliminated 2 members of the Heat, only one of the Force gone so far. And the Phantom Force making the move. 66, David Mitch, 32, Gail Janicki there on the far wire. And Dan Bonebrake also moving up for the Force. The field broken up into quadrants, Jerry, quarters, and the bunkers color-coded.
Well, the far ends of the fields near the flag stations have the solid bunkers. Those closest to the center, the quarters close to the center, have the striped bunkers. And of course, at the center are the solid white bunkers.
So if you see, for instance, a guy in red with a red striped bunker, he's in the front quarter of his area.
He is, and that's exactly what Phantom Force is doing. They are up, they are trying to make it happen now, but wait.
Dustin Hansen is out of there for the Phantom Force, and that evens the score at 8-8 as we see a move by Dan Bonebrake to the double bunker.
In-your-face paintball, John. Nobody's going to give an inch here. Too aggressive.
Here's a hit. Here is a hit, Jerry. Chris Coruscant now out for the Heat, and the Force regain the lead at 12-8. Behind that double bunker, G.A. Morris and James Warren of the Heat. Morris still trying to get his marker to work for him. And for the Phantom Force, Dalton Hansen squeegeeing out his marker as we pass the 5-minute point. On the sideline, Fred Schultz with Dalton's brother.
Oh, that was a great move you put on up there, and I see a couple of them went out before you came out. What happened?
Well, I got caught up pretty far up. Had to hug that bunker as tight as I could. Obviously not tight enough.
Yeah, I see you trying to get skinny. And
yeah,
you can only get
need to lose a few more pounds how to make that,
But you did make the move exactly like you planned on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I accomplished my goal. Would have liked to have done a little more, but win some, lose some.
And back on the field again, we've just passed the 5-minute horn, under 15 minutes to go, and that means the 4 halfbacks can cross midfield along with the 3 forwards. At the 10-minute mark, everybody is allowed to cross midfield. The object again is to get your opponent's flag and hang it in your flag station, as well as eliminating all your opponents and doing it all as fast as possible. For every minute under 20 you get it done, the flag hung in your flag station, you get 10 bonus points. Dan Bonebrake trying to pick somebody off from behind his front quarter there. You can hear the communication as we take a look at Coke Captain Randy Wood of the Phantom Force standing in the back of his area.
John, this has become a game of long balling, where each team is trying to pick off the other from far distances.
The Heat have the wind at their back, meaning their paintballs will go a little bit farther as we take a look at Hunter Lewis for the Heat. crouched behind the bunker in pretty good proximity to the center area there, Jerry.
The teams are still trying to create soft spots, gaps in their opponent's lines. If they can do that, they can take advantage of it, move their players up, and get better position, better angles on the remaining opponents.
Let's take a look at that positioning from the relationship of where the players are with midfield. Here on the left, Jerry, the Heat.
And most of the frontline players from both teams have been shot out. That's why it's become a game of long ball. But for a team to get opportunities for an offensive play, they have to move people in.
Phantom Force leads it 12-8 here in Game 2 of the World Paintball Championships. A long way to go as we take a look at Dalton Hansen of the Phantom Force. On the opposite side of the field, both men, James Warren and G.A. Morris, now working on Morris's marker, which has had trouble with the entire contest. One of these teams will win and move on to the second round. The other will go home. And at this point in the contest, it is still anybody's game, even though the Phantom Force has a small lead. Let's take a look at that positioning, Jerry, and see why it is the way it is.
Each team has had their front line men eliminated. They still have a strong defensive position, as we see on the Phantom Force side of the field. Same thing holds true on the Houston Heat side.
What's it like behind those bunkers? Fred took a look before the game began.
You've heard us talk about the bunkers. What do you say we take a walk out there and stand behind one of these to see exactly what a player is going to feel like when he's out there? This is a typical bunker that these guys are going to be playing behind today. As you can see, it's about 4.5 to 5 feet tall by approximately 3 feet wide. Angles is the biggest thing. Angles is what you'll hear in this type of a tournament all the time, because if you're down behind here, the gentlemen ahead of you really don't have a shot at you. But the gentlemen from the other side of the field definitely do. As you're crouched down here, you're well protected here, but not from over there. Therefore, you're depending on your team, which is up as far as you are, to keep those people from getting a shot at you. So as you can see, angles in this is very important. Just because a bunker looks safe, looks like the place to go, doesn't necessarily mean it's the best out there. I'm at midfield right now, which is approximately 250 feet from each one of the flag stations. It's a good guess that by the time one of the teams gets to midfield, the other team is going to have some problems. And the reason being that the closer you get to their flag station, the smaller and shorter the bunkers get. So it's a real good guess that if you see a team at midfield, the other team has got some major problems. All right, now I'm standing in a flag station right here, and this is the main thing that these teams are after. Grabbing this flag, securing it, and taking it back to your flag station and hanging it is where the real points are. So you can guess that they're coming for this flag.
But they're not coming just yet as Morris and Warren of the Heat continue to work behind that double bunker. No time soon for a flag pull. Here is brother Josh Morris standing in the back of the Heat defensive area. Got to be using a lot of paint, Jerry.
They are. It's a long ball game. They're still raining paint on each other. They carry anywhere from 1,500 to 2,500 rounds a player, but they got to be running low.
And there on the hop is a spare pod being tossed over to Dalton Hansen of the Phantom Force. He fumbled it but got it back in time. Brett Blanca on the defense for the Heat at the opposite end of the field, still trying for some kind of a key pickoff, I would think, Jer.
In order for any team to mount an offensive capability, they have to create that soft spot. And they're going to keep probing, long ball. They're going to keep moving to the extent that they can to create that soft spot. The team that does it is the team that's going to win.
Chuck Anderson for the Phantom Force.
He's way back in his territory.
Right there.
Is there someone behind load one now? Is there anyone behind load one?
There's one at the feet. There's one at the feet, bunker on the left. And there's one in the mark loading.
Nothing on load one?
Communication absolutely key, as we've said throughout the tournament. The Force letting each other know where they are, where the opponents are. Could be getting ready to make a move. We're very near the 10-minute mark in this contest. And there goes Dalton Hansen along with Mike Vihar for the Phantom Force, moving up very close to midfield.
Dalton Hansen's got an angle now on Hunter Lewis.
We just passed the 10-minute mark. That means everybody can go everywhere. Both Vihar and Hansen being checked by the judges for paint. Lewis also checked, and he is gone. That's the first player to go in quite a long time. Hansen up, and he is gone.
Arguing the point, but the referee's call is final.
That makes it 16-12, Phantom Force.
Action on the near tape line by both teams, power on the far tape lines.
Let's go to the sidelines and Fred Schultz.
Oh boy, it's going pretty hot and heavy out there.
Yeah, it's going
right
hot,
now,
real
huh?
hot.
Yeah.
I think we got him. I think we got him on the right tape.
How many are down right now?
I think we got 4 down. We got 4 of us down, 5 maybe. But I mean, I think we got him on the right-hand tape. That was why I pushed up, and that's why I got dinked out.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't even shoot. I ran up and just sat there, let him shoot at me, and we took out 2 guys on the right and left.
It's a pretty decent move you did, though.
Yeah, I had to.
It's kind of going the way you planned it?
Yeah, it's going. We weren't concerned about the middle. We were concerned about the right and left.
And now, after a long dry spell, 3 more players are out of there for the Phantom Force, Mike Vihar and David Mitch. And Dick Gooch for the Heat. The score tied at 20-20, and we're looking for more action quickly.
In-your-face paintball. John, that's what we've got now. Both teams, neither one giving an inch.
And Jerry, Chuck Anderson gets it right there in the thigh, it would appear. For the first time in this game, the Heat leads it 24-20. Chuck makes his exit. We'll take another look at how he was hit.
Anderson is shooting toward the middle of the Houston Heat line. He never sees this one coming from the near tape line. They got him. He's out.
And more good news for the Houston Heat. G.A. Morris's marker is working again. We'll be right back.
Now that's some hot and heavy action out there,
it is.
man.
We're matched up even. It's
Even.
tough.
That's what I said at the beginning of this game. I said you're not going to find 2 teams that are more even than these 2
Oh, yeah.
guys.
In fact, the Heat have a one-man advantage, and it's now a wide-open field, Jerry, as we see a Heat member moving up.
It's 5-on-4 on a field that was holding 10-on-10. A lot of room for moving, and Heat's taking advantage of it.
24-20, they lead. The object, of course, is to pull your opponent's flag, eliminate all your opponents, hang that flag in your flag station as quickly as you possibly can. Brett Blanca communicating. G.A. Morris joining him at that double bunker. As the exchange paint, you got to figure somebody's going to make a move soon.
Heat looks like they're preparing for it. If you'll notice, Phantom Force has only 1 man on the near tape, all their power on the far tape line. In contrast, Heat is spread out all over the field. They can move in any direction. They've got the decided advantage.
The winners of this first round, the 6 teams that win, go on to the second round. Then the second round games, the points are added to the first round. The finals then, the top 3 scoring teams as the Heat back up and get themselves arranged for a move we've got to think is coming imminently here in this second game of the first round at the World Paintball Championships.
More problems for Phantom Force. Heat being on both the far and near tape line can shoot at those players.
Zali Plesko, 99, Gail Janicki, 32 for the Force on your right.
Both on the far tape line, they're in trouble.
And we are looking at the center line here in this 500-foot-long field. G.A. Morris pointing. He thinks something is happening. Gail Janicki down behind the midfield bunker. And Gail Janicki is out of there for the Phantom Force. That gives the Heat a 2-man advantage as Janicki exits the field. And time is running down.
And the 2-man advantage is 5 against 3. Almost overwhelming under these circumstances.
28-20. The Heat lead it. More importantly, only 3 players surviving for the Phantom Force. Can they hold off the Houston Heat, which obviously is getting set to go at them?
They're communicating. They're going to go in tandem. You can notice they are all over the field. They're spread very, very nicely. In contrast, Phantom Force has got just people on the wings. 2 on the far, 1 on the near.
And even as you say that, Jerry, Brett Blanca has picked off an extremely unhappy G.A. Morris, the Heat losing one of its men for the advantage as Blanca departs the field.
They still have position, and there are still men vulnerable on the far tape line.
And now for the Phantom Force, Zoli Plesko has just been hit. They're down to 2. Let's go to Fred.
Dan told me to go on 3, and he said 3, 2, 1, and I went.
And just like that, he was gone as we look at Cliff Herring of the Heat. Cliff up on the far tape now, making his move along the far tape for the Heat. They'll check him, and he is gone. And Dan Bonebrake is gone for the Phantom Force over on the right side of your screen. Now only Randall Wood remains, and we look at G.A. Morris getting set to make a run for the flag, I would certainly think. Looking out for Wood. That's Bonebrake leaving. Here comes G.A. Morris heading for the flag. Looking back. Now he sees Randall Wood is gone for the Phantom Force, and he's got a clear path to the flag with no opposition. The pull gets the Heat an additional 10 points for the first pull. Can he get back in time to get 50 more for hanging it in his own flag station? G.A. Morris with a long way to go as he checks the time.
They're setting up a relay. It's tough running in this sand, 500 feet. Here they
James
come.
Warren with the flag now, who spent all that time in the bunker with Morris. Here he comes. He crosses the plane. That's 50 more for the Heat.
Plus 40 more points, 10 points for each minute left before the 20-minute mark.
They check him for paint. He's okay, and that's going to hold up. The Heat get the victory, and a tough victory it was. We will be right back.
Number 79.
79.
Eliminated.
Thank you.
79. Terrific job out there. Terrific
Fred.
job,
Thanks.
man. Great job.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that was an awesome move you made at the end. Exactly. Why did you make that type of move now?
Well, to be honest, I had a lot of help from the guys on the sidelines.
You did.
They were letting me know that they had 3 on the left, 1 guy deep on the right who was really holding us up. The guy made a move up front. I stitched him. He was gone. That left 2, 1 at the V, 1 inside. We popped him. I made a move for the guy on the V. He's got 2 choices: shoot at them or shoot at me. He shot at me. He did him. Game's over. We won it.
Excellent. Terrific job.
That was from Michael.
That was. Good man. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
With 3 Heat moving at all lines of the field, Randall Wood had no chance. While he was concentrating on G.A. Morris in the bunker on the near tape line, he got popped by one of the Heat players coming down that line. G.A. Morris had a clean sweep of the flag.
And a win for the Houston Heat. The 1996 World Paintball Championships have been brought to you by Westgate Resort. Over 1,000 suites in the Orlando area, minutes away from all area attractions. And by Paintball Sports Magazine, game sites, stores, equipment, special events, the first and last word in paintball all over the world. So the Houston Heat with a 140-28 victory over the Phantom Force, moving on to the second round and joining the Turtles. Our next game features the third-seeded All-Americans against, from Britain, the Banzai Bandits, seeded number 10. Which one of them will move ahead and go for this trophy? We'll find out. For now, for Fred Schultz and Jerry Braun, I'm John Nicholson. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.